I actually want to start by congratulating Patterson, the organising committee, for this convention. Look, to be surrounded by rational people and to be in the majority for once is a fantastic feeling. So I hope everybody enjoys it, and I hope you're all inspired by it. Many of you may not have heard of Atheist Alliance International, so I'm going to introduce us. We're a global alliance. Our members are individuals and other atheist and free thought groups around the world. We've got members in around 40 countries, including the Philippines, of course. As you can tell from our name, we are explicitly atheists. There are probably people here who prefer to be called agnostics. There's our friends from the AHEU here who prefer to be called humanist. And there's probably a few other titles too. What you call yourself is up to you. When it comes to the topic of religion, basically, we're all on the same logical side. But still, people like titles. And the background to why atheist and not some other title is relevant in a highly religious country like the Philippines. So I'm going to tell you why I am, and why AAI is, explicitly atheist. I'm an atheist because religion is a serious problem in the world. Religion is not just a bizarre set of ideas that someone came up with. Of course, it is a bizarre set of ideas that someone came up with, but unfortunately it's a lot more than that. Religion is intellectually absurd, and it's dangerous for all of us. Now, it shouldn't be a big deal to say that. It's not a big deal to publicly criticise other ridiculous or damaging ideas. But it is a big deal to publicly criticise religion. That's because religion has privilege in our societies. Privilege protects religion from criticism, just because it's religion. Privilege says that offensive views are somehow better when they're based on old books. It's the attitude that says you have to respect utterly unrespectable ideas, just because someone might get offended if you question their beliefs. It's the attitude that created a word for specific things that cause religious offence: blasphemy. But why does religion get its own special word? People disagree about things all the time, whether politics or social issues or sporting teams, and there's no special word for causing offence at someone's choice of politics or sports teams. At least not in English. But even if the word does exist in another language, I doubt it has the same gravity, the same legal and personal safety ramifications that unfortunately can be attached to blasphemy. This privilege that religion has, and our response to it, this social pressure we all feel to avoid giving offence, gives religion credibility it does not deserve. It quells dissent. This privilege allows religion to influence laws that damage real people's lives. Whoa. Here in the Philippines, you know this. I understand that the Constitution of the Philippines is officially secular. But still, the influence of the Catholic Church and the Christian evangelicals is found in, just for a start, the restrictions on contraception, abortion and divorce in this country. On each of these issues, the Catholic Church is anti-freedom. I accept that in a society that values freedom of conscience, the Church is entitled to have its views, but that doesn't mean any of us need to respect them. Views should get the respect they deserve on any topic, and on this topic, the respect the Catholic Church's views deserve is basically none. The biggest problem is the legal imposition of Catholic dogma on the population. Your government does not follow the logic and evidence that supports access to things like contraception, abortion and divorce, because lawmakers respect religious views on social and ethical issues. It's unjustified, but they do. At the root of this problem is privilege. It is this privilege that all rational thinking people need to reject. Atheist is the title that most specifically rejects this privilege, and that is why I call myself an atheist. Now, some of you might be thinking, yeah, I like the title atheist, but there's all these negative stereotypes associated with atheism, like atheists have no morals, which John referred to earlier, or atheists are angry, and I don't want to be associated with that. Well, that is a decision for you. It is true that there are negative stereotypes associated with atheism, but it feels like conceding the point to me to pick another title because of these stereotypes. So I would rather explain why they're wrong. My response to the point about morals is just to be me. I'm a good person. I try to be nice. I try to do the right thing. And I do this because I'm a human being, because I live in a world with other people and I want to get along with them. I don't do it to get into heaven, and I'm not at all worried about a hell. I just do it because it's right. And that is enough for me. And on the atheist's angry point, there is a place for anger in atheism. It's not the whole story, but it's definitely part of it. And I'm going to defer to Greta Christina here because she says this far better than I can. If you don't know her, Greta Christina is a brilliant writer. She's on Free Thought blogs. Go and read her blog, see her talk, buy her book. She's great. She explains that atheists are angry because we care about other people. Women die because they're so desperate they seek unsafe abortions. People in Africa die because they listen to the Catholic Church. They don't use condoms and they get AIDS. There were children all around the world who were sexually abused and the Catholic Church knew. They covered it up and they allowed it to continue. Sure, you don't have to be angry every single second of every single day if you're an atheist. But if you're not angry about things like that, well, and there's so much more, as Greta talks about, why not? Anger can be a positive force. Opposition to things that are wrong is the right response. So, putting our anger to good use, how do we fight religious privilege? Religions are powerful, well-funded lobby groups, and they're not just going to give up their power and disappear in a puff of rationality. It can be a daunting prospect. Religion is so large, so powerful, has so much money, that you wonder what we can actually do. Well, working together, using reason and evidence, we can achieve a lot. PATAS exists because some people realised that they'd be more effective working for atheism and secularism in the Philippines together than by themselves. At the global level, groups like Atheist Alliance International exist for the same reason. We achieve more together than we do apart. AAI does lots of things. We help our members, the other atheist groups in particular, and we run projects that get people involved in supporting atheist issues outside their own country. PATAS is part of the recent wave of atheist groups that have started up everywhere from Indonesia to Ireland, Canada to Kenya. Not every group needs help to start. I think looking around here today, PATAS is actually a fantastic example of a self-starting group. But not everybody has got the same resources. So in the last year, we've given advice and contacts to people looking at new groups in Pakistan, Caribbean, Israel, Lebanon, Kenya, and Nigeria. We are there to help our members, no matter what stage we're at. As a global alliance, we act as a central point for information sharing. We have a website, of course, social media channels, a magazine, a newsletter, and we're sort of a bit of a general atheist consultancy. Basically, our inbox is a stream of requests for advice and contacts on a whole range of situations. So I'm glad we're there to answer questions and provide support, particularly for people in countries where it's dangerous to even be an atheist. In addition to work with our members directly, AAI runs projects that typically help atheists in developing countries. At the end of 2010, we helped establish the Kizizi Humanist Primary School in Uganda. We arranged volunteer teaching assistants and ran a fundraising campaign that paid for some of the building renovations. I think we all recognise how important a good education is. Reality is that the Kizizi School operates in a heavily religious country and it competes with the religious schools for students. So we're helping to make sure it provides a good service. The school is growing, which is fantastic. It started with around 200 students and now it has over 300. In the last year, we've supported a project to add classrooms, and thanks to a substantial donation, the school is connected to the electricity network. AAI will continue to support the Kizizi School, including through its student and teacher sponsorship program, and we are looking for opportunities to support explicitly non-religious schools in other places. Finally, a major activity for AAI is supporting atheist conventions around the world, just like this one. This convention raises the profile and credibility of atheism and secular issues in the Philippines. It is a great showcase for PATAS and a fantastic way to get like-minded people together. It comes out of events like this that pushes the next wave of people to stand up for atheism and secularism. In the last couple of years, AAI has supported conventions in Australia, Denmark, Ireland, Canada, Gambia, and Kenya. Then in May, there's conventions in Germany and Canada again. It's an amazing spread of events around the world, and it is fantastic to be at the first one here in Southeast Asia. We are very proud to support it. This convention is the end of a lot of work for a lot of people, but I hope it is just the beginning of the next phase of your success. There are lots of ways to progress atheist and secular issues around the world. There are groups running atheist billboard campaigns to raise awareness, critiquing political candidates to draw attention to secular issues, running campaigns against religious education in public schools. These are all people just like you, people who care about the world they live in and who want to change it for the better. These people have knowledge and experience and they're willing to share it with you to help you achieve your goals. So I'll just finish by saying, welcome to International Atheism. You are not alone. If you want advice, ask for it. If we can help, if we, the international community, can help, we want to. You, Pattis, you're part of a global community, and we're very proud to have you. Thank you very much.